Coming into college, I wasn't totally sure what I was looking for, if I'm being honest. In high school, I was always a strong student and a competitive athlete, and from there, I drew most of my identity.
As I was transitioning into college, I was excited about the opportunity to start a new chapter of my life. Growing up, I was raised in a Christian home, and I knew about Jesus, but I really wasn't sure if that was something that I wanted to pursue.
Coming from Knoxville, Tennessee, and not knowing anybody at Penn State, I had the rare opportunity for a clean slate and a fresh start. A chance to decide who I was, what I stand for, and where I find my identity. But with this new opportunity came the challenges of adjusting to a totally unfamiliar place.
I chased things that promoted my status in the eyes of others. I built my life around seeking approval through sports, intelligence, humor. During my junior year of high school, I started getting into a consistent routine of seeking pleasure through drugs and alcohol.
I quickly turned to the college party scene as the way for me to fit in and find a sense of belonging. I spent the majority of my first semester chasing after things that I thought would bring me fulfillment. I worked incredibly hard in my classes to make the best grades and went to a lot of parties to meet a lot of new people. As I scored in the top of my classes and got a lot more friends, I was still left with the same feeling of emptiness. It was a feeling kind of like always wanting more, a feeling of if I could only do better on that test, or if I could only have some more friends, then I would truly be happy.
As I continued to live this way, I began to think about the consequences of my actions. My parents, who have loved me and supported me my entire life, knew that I was doing unhealthy things, but I continued to lie to them and tell them that they were wrong. I began feeling depressed and empty, and I knew that something needed to change, but I didn't want to stop living for myself.
I began to feel like something needed to change. At the beginning of the first semester, I had also gotten connected to the Penn State Navigators.
During that first week, I attended a barbecue hosted by the Navigators, and I met my friend Kyle, who lived on my dorm floor.
That night, I got to meet Mike Schmidt, and I recognized him as one of the guys living in my dorm. Over that first semester, my friendship with Mike grew as we began attending NAVS events together. We also got in touch with a NAVS staff member, Cameron Jones, and he began asking us if we wanted to get lunch with him individually. My life approached a turning point as I took a step back and looked at the way that I was living. The way that God used time with Cam allowed me to realize that the things I was chasing after couldn't provide me the fulfillment that only Jesus could.
Over the course of my freshman year, God did tremendous things in my life. Cam became an incredible friend and mentor who showed me what it was like to have a relationship with Jesus. At this time I really began to see how Jesus could fill the void that I had.
I gave my life to Jesus and decided to pursue a life of following him wherever that would take me. The rest of my freshman year was a time of strong spiritual growth and a growing desire to know the Lord closer.
I slowly began to shift from the ways of self-satisfaction and started to grow my relationship with Jesus. I've since experienced true meaning and purpose in my life. I've started to give myself fully to God and live out his mission instead of just letting him be something on the sidelines of my life.
Fast forward to our junior year. Mike and I were given the opportunity to lead a Bible study, reaching out to students who were caught up in the same lifestyle that we were exposed to our freshman year. Leading a Bible study has allowed me to experience God in new and challenging ways.
By God's graciousness, I have made friendships in the Navigators that will last a lifetime. I've rebuilt the trust and the relationship with my parents, and I'm seeking to become more and more like Jesus every day. He has changed the entire trajectory of my life through the Navigators at Penn State.
God working through the Navigators has brought about radical changes to my life, and for that, I will be forever thankful.